Hi there, Budget Builds here with,
Zen.
and we have something special for you today. It's the Recruit Box box opening. We just got this in the mail, and why don't we go ahead and get at it? We were supposed to get it before Christmas, and it got here. There was some confusion, but customer service helped out really nice, and so we were able to get it here on time. We've been really excited. We already got the Command Edition set, but this is brand new, and it's our first brand new set.
Yes, it is.
So let's get her open. I think there's a little flap at the bottom.
And I'll have my replacement.
For your missing Necron warrior. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Dice.
First brand new box.
Dice.
More dice, yay.
Here's the sprues. These look like the Space Marine ones.
Oh, nice. More for you to paint.
Yeah, that video will be going up soon too. Look, this looks like accent sprues for the Overlord Necron. These are the upgrades for that. And then these are for the captain of the Space Marine.
Oh, it has a whip.
Ooh. Is that a whip or is that part of his spine?
Oh, it's part of his spine. It's got cords hanging out of it.
Here's the Necron warriors and their weapons.
Yeah, these look a little different. That's pretty cool.
All the bases.
Nice. I'm just trying to see what's different than what I have.
Here's the manual that goes with it as well.
Oh, it's pretty nice. And the cards are in there too.
Nice. Now,
Oh wow, the mat on the other one was better.
Way better.
This is just basically paper, but we can make the battlefield larger. Same design.
And the bottom of the box is the terrain that comes with it,
Oh,
along
wow.
with 2 rulers.
Nice. You could probably mount this on something heavier if you wanted to, but
To match.
because eventually the folds will wear out. But
Yeah.
the coloring is nice, and I already know what's on the other side. Do you want me to open it anyway?
Yeah, go ahead. That
You
way,
guys may not know what's on the other side.
it's the Cityscape version. If you check
Yeah.
out our other video, you can see the Command Edition comes with actual cardstock playing board, where this is more of a plastic mat. The bottom of the box that everything sat in is what is the terrain that they say comes with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the price at retail, it's not too bad to start off with.
No, it was $45 free shipping is what we paid for it. I'll probably come through and put some bracings or something
Look
here.
at the decals.
Oh, they give
It's
us
so different than the large one. That we
Yeah.
got.
So
And we
this
only
is-
paid $50 for the other one.
Yeah.
And that was just because it was someone trying to get rid of it.
This is the decal sheet that came with the Command Edition box set. I've used some of these, as you can see, and got a little paint somewhere. It'll be okay. But this is what came with that. Where this set, you can only make your guys Ultramarines, it looks like. That's it. That's all you can do. But when you get the Command Edition, I think they specifically think about the fact that you might be using that to fill out your existing armies or whatever else you may have. I mean, you could make them any of these chapters, whether it's the Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels. I went with the basic Ultramarines. I rolled a random dice, so that's what you'll be seeing my army as. So I guess.
So it was definitely, if you can find the other one for the better price, it's worth it.
I would think so. Try to always check for good deals on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, eBay. You'll always see something. You just got to keep an eye out for it in your area. Or maybe you have a friend that used to play Warhammer, is getting rid of their stuff. Maybe a lot of people need a little bit of money right now with COVID. So you'll probably see people selling their stuff if you think that you're going to be okay. Just keep an eye out for that. I can't wait to put these together. So we're going to cut away, and when we come back, you'll see all of these sprues put together. See you in a bit.
See ya.
Hi, welcome back. We've got them all put together now. We can really get a view of what we got with the set. So far, we've got an Assault Intercessor squad. That includes 4 regular Assault Intercessors, Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one. I think it's a sergeant, and so he has a little bionic arm, and then he has a little bionic face. Let me pull that up closer so you can see.
Cybernetics.
Yeah. So he's the sergeant. And some of them fell over, but it's going to be okay. So then we got, how many Necron warriors did we get? We got 10 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we did, how many with the long rifles? What are they called?
The thing is, you have to be very careful when you cut Necrons from the, or any smaller figurines that you cut from the sprues. Because if you're not careful, you'll cut something off that you're not supposed to.
Especially with the Necrons, their arm nubs look like they're just part of the sprue a little bit.
It does. And then each piece goes on a certain way. I mean, you have options with how you want your guns to be held. But I think there's a certain order to things. This is the first time we've put these together. Some of you have already done it, so it's probably easier for you, but it's our first time.
Yeah, I had some, you gotta make sure you don't cut your stems, your pegs that they slot in, because it'll fall off your arm or leg or whatever will fall off easier with the Necrons. It's so easy to cut that nub. You cut that nub, the arm doesn't want to go on. But other than that, it wasn't too bad.
No, even with those, I did it to 2 pieces, and we were still able to work with them.
The Necrons came with the most extra bits. They mostly came with a lot of extra guns and extra heads, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they figured maybe you want a whole army with the long range ones, which are called the Gauss Flare. That would be this one right here. That'd be that long gun right here. And then the Reaper, which is the shorter gun right here.
And
Go
these
ahead.
guns were which one?
That was the flare.
The flares you have to be careful with too, because the positioning of the body and the arms can rotate the gun to touch the ground. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah, there was one we had put together at first, and the little axe on the front was scraping the ground as you moved the figure. It was kind of funny.
But it's really cool how unique every figure can be.
Yeah, so like the sergeant on mine, he had a couple extra pieces. He had a different breastplate that didn't have that little shield there, and then he also had another arm. Rather than that, it would be an arm pointing forward, and that was another part of the set. But I like the sword. And he also has a helmet that lays at his side right here. You actually have to slot that in. There's a sword as well, but I couldn't get that one to stand, so I went with the helmet.
He looks really cool.
Yeah, and so then we go up our next stage. This is the last different one on mine. This is the Primaris Lieutenant, and so he looks a lot like the captain from the other set, but he's a little different. His stats are a little different.
The captain's more robed. With a longer shield.
And this shield has just like a little iron cross on it, where the other one has the skeleton on the front. Still has a little Necron head right there.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one, the Royal Warden.
This was the Royal Warden. This is like the captain figure of that group, the leader of that group. I like the chains and the wires on the back. The wires in the back.
Yeah, those are really
See,
neat.
this whole thing is held together with a peg that goes from the spine all the way to the chest that sandwiches the shoulders and the arms in between. So these arms actually are different than the other Necrons. These arms are more like the Space Marines. They're actually pegs where you can push them in. Don't have to worry so much like you did with the other ones. And this is one of my favorites. Little tiny scarabs. Look at those.
And again, you want to pay attention to what fits into which piece, because they're very specific on some of these figures.
Yeah, some of the pegs are actually wider, and the holes that'll go in will be wider as well. I saw that with a few things of mine, and on the Necrons. But I mean, it didn't take us what, maybe 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it took us longer than normal, I think, because of the Necrons.
Yeah.
And then cutting. Like, I had to really be careful
I
after
know.
messing up the first couple of times. I started with the arms. It might be better just to start with the larger pieces first.
It might be better to start with the directions.
Yes, the directions would help. We
Yeah.
were just so excited about getting it done quick.
I mean, it was really enjoyable though. It was the first time we had it was the first time we got to really do this from scratch. The other set, yeah, like you said, was already put together. Only main complaint about this set, I mean, even though it's a cheaper set, I felt like they could have gave something other than the cardboard bottom for the terrain. For $45, I mean, it's still not a bad deal for the amount of figures you get. You end up spending, what was it? We counted about $2 a figure.
Yeah.
So that's about average of what you would spend a figure if you go look up buy one on like eBay or something. You're gonna spend about $2 a figure. So it's a good deal, and you got some extra stuff with it. You got the dice and the playmat could have been upgraded. I think they could have done the same card stock as
Yeah, or at least vinyl.
It could have been a smaller,
It could have been like a vinyl mat.
something that
you
could roll up.
Yeah, that you could roll up.
That would be a lot nicer.
I'm sure the packaging would have to be longer.
Yeah, to fit something like that. I guess they're limited by the packaging.
I mean,
with that.
still nice compared to. I mean, if you wanted to just get started.
$45, you could start playing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
With everything you need, other than the other bows, the codexes.
Yeah, because there's two different ways you can really play. There's like an entry level where you play by points. You don't even really have to use stratagems or command points. You just put your stuff on there.
It's by power, right?
Yeah, your power rating. If you look, each unit has a power rating. So like the whole intercessor squad together is a power rating of 5, where all your Necron warriors, all of them together, all 10 of them are power of 5.
And you won't be getting upgrades on just buying the set. If you wanted to try it out, get a set, try it out. And especially if you can find a good deal in your area for someone who's not playing any longer. That would probably be better, but if not, you can get one of these sets, and you may not have the upgrades available to you or, the other options, but you can at least, understand, get the feel of the game, and see if you like it or not.
Yeah. Eventually, as you want to get more advanced in your playing, you're gonna have to get more figures, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's games you can play with small amounts like this. You also need your codexes, right, for your abilities and your specials and all that stuff.
You're kind of bummed out that you didn't see the upgrades in the other set.
That was my only complaint. And the rules that came with the Command Edition and with this one is very simplistic. It's not the full game. It's very much a out of the box, quick game kind of setup, but it's a chance for you to leverage into something you might enjoy more. Not a lot of people have even tried tabletop, have they?
No.
So it's a good point to start with, because some people getting into
it's not so burdensome as far as learning everything.
Because we started playing role-playing games, doing tabletop, Vampire, Rogue Trader, that kind of stuff, and it helps when you get into this because you understand the concepts of turn structure and modifiers and all that stuff.
Yeah, it does. If you have experience with tabletop, you'll understand the rules. You'll pick up on it probably pretty quickly.
Now, this is like us beginning something new. What's the most similar memory you've had to this in terms of your gaming?
Well, I played Warhammer when it first came out, but I also played historical miniatures. And the points, every army is based on points. I'm familiar with that. They try to keep everything balanced where it's competitive without being overwhelming for one side. But with this, I think they simplified it. I like the way they've changed things. There's a lot more options that you can, go with if you decide to. I like the way the figures are done. I like the fact that even though that's cardboard and it's the bottom of the box,
they made
I really
something
do like that to be a visual.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? And it's taking something that would normally be trash. That's something our channel can support.
Yeah.
Something that would normally be trash, the box bottom, You just throw it out. Maybe
Well, that's
use
what
it.
we do too. I mean, it's more. It's more than 2 dimensional. What we usually build, but I mean, we're talking on a budget, so you can't really complain too much. The command set is it the commander set?
Yeah, I think it's like command set or command edition set or something.
Yeah.
Something of that
The
sort.
command edition set.
Yeah.
It I really like the terrain in that. It's worth it.
Yeah.
If you find it for a good deal, it's definitely worth it.
Because the figures alone, right? You're getting not as much figures as you would in, like, let's say the Indominus set, right? But you're getting that terrain, which can really bring life to what you're doing. Because not everybody has the things that we have to make terrain. I mean, everybody has what they need to make terrain, but they just might not realize it yet. And so somebody starting out, having those nice pieces like that can really be inspiration to how you're
Because
playing.
this hobby can get very expensive.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's always been an expensive hobby.
many of you know, whether you want to get into old Hammer or current 9th edition Warhammer, you know, things have a large price range. You know, you get a larger unit, just that one unit you're going to be spending $50 on,
Yeah.
you know, at the very minimum. You know, you might buy a little set of a little army, you're going to spend $25 on that for not even a full army, but maybe a squad.
Yes.
Right? So it's an expensive habit, addiction, whatever you want to call it. I got my itching sores going right now. But once you get into it and you have a budget in mind of what you want to spend on it, and there's always ways to make things cheaper, right? Like terrain, you don't have to have pre-made terrain. You can make your own terrain. You can make your own boxes.
Basically anything that you might throw away.
Codexes and stuff. I mean,
those are going to be your higher cost
if you
get into it.
if you buy them the legal way, which you all should buy them the legal way, but we all know that there's other means to get things. But I think it's like $50 a book or something like that for the codexes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty thick. I mean, there's a lot of information in there. Like the 9th edition Space Marine Codex, that covers all the chapters, not just the Ultramarines, but all the different Primarch chapters, whether it's Blood Angels.
Then you have to update it once a year, from what I understand. They come out with a new one every year.
A new codex every year with the new stratagems and stuff like that.
Or anything they've changed.
Okay. See, and I mean, I think I heard something the other day talking about Space Marines, right? These are considered Primaris Space Marines. And that's different than a regular Space Marine. And most things have been coming out in Primaris, but they did an update recently for the regular Space Marines where they got an increase in toughness, which really made them more viable.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you were telling me.
Yeah, so...
I haven't read it.
Yeah, so, you know, just hold on to your old stuff. Who knows, they might bring it back around. You know, as you get more detailed into anything you do, it's going to cost more. It's going to be more expensive. But you just got to decide if it's what you really want to play or do. Make it affordable. Find those deals, right? Like, normally, this was, what, $45? Taxes and shipping would normally put you up to, like, 50-something, 60. But we got it for $45 flat because we waited till they said free shipping. And it was, you know, and then turned around and got the Command Edition set,
If you're
too.
patient, you can really start with more. If you're patient and you look and you're persistent. Royal Warden.
Royal Warden.
Well,
Let's see. Let me find out all his stats so I can beat him. His melee.
quit looking at my stuff.
Oh, goodness. But I mean, it's really fun. It's just, I'm excited. I can't wait till our first game. And you guys are going to be the first ones to see our first game. We'll make sure we film it. We don't know how we're going to edit it.
Might seem silly.
It might seem silly, but we'll figure it out, you know, one step at a time. Just stay in tune. And I guess soon enough, you'll have our first battle report coming up. So thank you. Subscribe, like, comment. If you want to stay involved in what we're doing, you want to stay up to date, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification. If you want to participate, our hashtag is down below. It's $Cindy Beauty. If there's anything you want to talk to us about, any questions you want to ask us, requests you want to make, or, you know, you just want to chit chat, you can comment down below. And thank you and have a nice day.
See ya.
See ya.